So, long time no see. Today we're gonna go through Millionaire Success Habits. I think the book is called. It should be in the title, it should be somewhere, it should be in the description. Anyway, so far actually so good. Even though I didn't expect it to be good, because let's talk about habits. Let's talk about what successful people are doing. I mean, it is not the most new thing or innovative or whatever or innovative. It's not. But we are anyway going to go through it. What's going on there? So yeah, we're going to go ahead with, I do just see that there are severe performance issues. I hope that it is going to be fine, but I don't necessarily know why. This is a problem. I don't know why he's fucking around that much. Anyway, so when you fall into a funk, whatever a funk is, get back on track faster. If you take down a large peach at night, jog right when you wake up tomorrow morning. This habit, by the way, sounds simplest of all, but it's had the greatest positive impact on my life. Please don't take it lightly. I think it is a good idea. I mean, if you feel like that you've done something wrong, then immediately doing something about that makes sense. The ninth one. If you're afraid to market and sell, look into that. It could be a sign that you need to work on yourself, your product, or your service. What are you not proud of? Yeah. Are you doing something that you're not too fond of? Are you doing something that you kind of also don't believe really in? And I think this is a great question. Might actually be one of the greatest questions that came up here. And by the way, it is something that I had to, or I'm struggling with as well. I mean, I do like the podcast, don't get me wrong and whatnot. And I thought about it yesterday, that the amount of work that I put into that and the amount of content that I was able to produce over the last 3 years is insane, like really insane. But I mean, there are certain things that I'm not too proud of, but since I'm having the video again and since I'm just doing it a bit more, trying to put more effort in it again, I am actually a bit happier with it, to be honest. But yeah, people will learn from you, listen to you, love you, and buy from you when they feel understood, not when you are understood. Let that sink in. It's the foundation for attraction and persuasion. When it comes to influence, ears over lips. Stop talking, start listening, really listening, and listening closely. And it is something that Dale Carnegie already said. And the funny thing is, it's been maybe 100 years, 200 years, but it probably goes back to way more ancient times, because people have understood that pretty early, I guess, that listening and active listening is a really important skill. And I do, by the way, think that this has been one of the things that definitely supported me on my way to getting those internships, to I don't know what it has to do with friends and people liking me, or I think they like me and so on, but I think that it's been one of the most important skills in my whole entire life. That I just fucking listen instead of talking all the day. And I've actually called myself lately that I kind of reversed that, that I've been talking too much and I've been listening too less, which was bothering me actually quite a bit, because I thought, this shouldn't be the case. I should be listening and I should be giving other people the time to express themselves and to feel important, actually, and to feel heard. But it is not as easy to do so when you're personally not feeling good as well, and when there's something going on and there is a lot of shit that you want to talk about, and when there's just a lot of stuff that is in your head. And this is understandable, and this kind of connects to something that I've been really thinking about yesterday evening, especially, like kindness. Being kind to others, we all know that this is good and great, and we know that. Kindness is amazing, and it is gonna get you far. But not only being kind to other people, but also being kind to yourself, and understanding yourself, and not just, basically not hurting you all the time. I mean, when you feel like, okay, resting a bit, then be kind to yourself and rest a bit. Obviously you have to think about the fact that you have to get things done, and there are certain things you want to do and you have to do. So, but still being kind with yourself, be kind. Be kind with others and be kind with yourself. I do have a slight feeling that it is still kind of, no, should be fine actually. But the light is, yeah, never mind. 11th point, millionaires make more sales utilizing these best practices. Transparency and trust always, which I think is just important. Like, you know, in the end, when people find out, they're gonna tell that's their friends, family, and everybody, you know. But if you're just doing a good job at being transparent and being fair, you know, and, well, quote unquote, a good person, then they're also going to tell that's their family, and they're also going to tell that they're friends, and so on. So word of mouth, I think, is still important. Authenticity and enthusiasm over structure and perfection. Abundance over scarcity. Appeal to wants, not needs. Use stories to capture and keep attention and make points. Don't sell past the sale. When you get a yes, shut up. Passion should be palpable. Obsession about cater to how customers feel after the sale. This is interesting, and I think it makes sense. And, well, camp out in customers' minds what makes them tick. Have an attitude of gratitude and relationships over transactions. And it is just amazing. I think it is an amazing book just because it is so generous and it is so good and it makes you a good person, I would personally say. And I wouldn't really say, and you know, this might also be one of the reasons why I want to get into that, but I don't think that a lot of companies are well, especially those really big ones, which, you know, I can also understand because they kind of have to survive, don't they? And maybe this is not possible all the time, but the thing, especially those, you know, I don't necessarily think, you know, I don't fully think, you know, let's put it like that they really are going like that scheme, you know, that they really think about the customer, how the customer is feeling past sale, you know. But I think this is just amazing. It is really just amazing because it goes for the long term. Of course, maybe by, well, by, for example, being transparent and not being like, okay, it is $10, but in reality it is like $100. You are initially going to lose out on some sales, probably, maybe. But for the long term, it is just the best. You know, you're going to keep your precious customers, you know, they're going to attract more because word of mouth, as I said, is still amazing and still important. And you're gonna be a good person as well, you know, and you can lay down in bed in the evening and sleep, you know, instead of basically waking up all the time because you feel like you're doing something wrong, and or you're not only feeling like you're doing something wrong, but you do something wrong. 12, happiness breeds success and not the other way around. Here are Dean's top happiness habits. Happiness habits, HH. Define and document what happiness means to you. Live in the present as much as you can. Yeah, do that. Stop overthinking things. Dwell on the positives that can come from any situation. Vow, so V-O-W, I still don't know how to pronounce it, to protect your peace. Block out all negativity. Realize that suffering is a choice. You can choose not to. Welcome failure with open arms. Don't hold grudges. Put yourself in there. Let go of expectations. When they don't come true, you'll always be disappointed. Be thankful for what's in front of you. Never settle for the status quo. And be part of something bigger. Faith, charity, or something else. Which, you know, might actually be one of the most important points of this whole list. But I think this ties into meaning and having meaning in life, you know, when you're having faith and, well, definitely also charity or something else that just makes sense for you and is kind of, you know, at least part of the whole purpose of life that you're having. You know, we all have different purposes of life. You know, some want to do this, some want to do that, some whatever. And also just having that in mind and keeping it in mind is probably... not only probably, but it is important, because if you forget about it, then it's not going to be good. You know, you're probably not going to feel that well then. But as well, not overthinking, blocking out negativity. You know, you don't need negative people in your life. I have the feeling that the longer this episode in particular, but the longer this book summary goes, the better the advice is getting. Can I? Thank you. Hard-hitting hacks to see success faster. Have this distraction-free creativity time each day. Just think and write with nothing else going on. Observe other jobs for gratitude. Those dudes digging ditches in 90-degree heat sure have it rough. God bless them. Yeah, they really do. And there is tough jobs. And, you know, there is also tough people, if you think about it. You know, people in third world countries trying to not starve. So yeah, set gratitude alarms and reminders on your phone. Stash cash. The mere act of regularly setting aside money will build confidence around finances and position you to take advantage of opportunities that require capital, such as stock investments or new business venture. Strategically spoil yourself. For example, pay more to buy organic groceries, knowing it will benefit your health. Invest in yourself, books, audios, courses, coaching, etc. Smile and make eye contact with everyone you encounter. This is going to be creepy, but probably worth it. Look for the good whenever there is bad. Bounce back fast. Obsess over solutions, not problems. Ask other happy, successful people their secrets, or for their secrets. Go to a happy place in your mind when you're having a bad day. I like to think back to a favorite vacation. Make health and fitness a priority. Stop judging others, as hard as that is. Take the time to see it from their point of view. And also, I think what is tied in that is that you're also not going to judge yourself. And it is as well something that I've seen in myself relatively lately, that I started to do so. You know, and I think that it was actually based on me judging other people more than I usually did. Back in the days, back in my prime. Well, yeah, always do your best. Oh no. Help others who are worse off than you. Always do your best. You never know who's watching or what it could lead to. Indulge in positivity and hire individuals more talented and experienced than you. Why would you do otherwise? You know, of course, might be a threat to your ego and your whatnot, but why would you? It doesn't make any sense. If you do have the opportunity to get amazing people, you know, that are better than you, which is not based in degrees, why won't you? Focus on one thing only until it's successful and automated. I'm not that of a big fan of that, because I just like to do multiple things. You know, I am a person of diversity in, well, quite any aspect of life. Whether it is about stocks, whether it is about this and that and the other thing. I do like doing just multiple things. It is my passion. And this has actually been it. Didn't expect that to come. But yeah, I hope you've liked it. I've tremendously enjoyed it. I think it is a great book. I don't necessarily think that going through the whole book is necessary though, because yeah, well, maybe there's more to it. Maybe you're gonna memorize the things better by having other stories and not just more defined and more detailed stories around these points and about these principles. But I think besides that, I don't know. But I don't know the book anyway. So yeah, gonna see you next time. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Please stay safe and healthy.